So I'm sure most people have heard about bacteria, the single-celled organisms that are absolutely fucking everywhere. Most people have probably also heard of viruses. They're a little bit weirder. And slightly less people have probably heard about protists, which are kind of like bacteria, but not really. And then there's the Archaea, which are, again, kind of like bacteria, but they're their completely own thing. They're their own domain on the Tree of Life. So on the largest level, the Tree of Life is divided into 3 domains. There's the bacteria, the archaea, and the eukaryotes, which are just everything that's not bacteria and archaea. But archaea are fucking weird. So we did not know about them for the longest time, just because they're found in such bonkers extreme environments. They're found in like the most extreme places that you can think of, so extreme that you wouldn't think that anything alive was there. But it is. So they were only discovered, or like proposed, in 1977 by Carl, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Woes, I don't know, but he proposed this. He was like, yo, there's some shit in here. And there's entirely new shit. They're found in like the craziest environments, the like super high heat, super high salinity, super high acidity or basicity. So very acidic or basic, very salty, very like full of chemicals that would kill most cells, that would just make them yeet the hell out of there. But no, they're found pretty much everywhere, in extreme environments that things normally don't survive in. And since they live in such extreme environments, not very much is known about them. Like, most species of Archaea are undiscovered and unclassified just because they're so hard to study because they live in such extreme places. However, what is interesting is that as of right now, there are no pathogenic species of Archaea discovered. Every species is not a pathogen, they do not cause diseases, at the very least to humans, most likely to anything, as of right now. That may change as Archaea are more extensively studied, but that's pretty cool. However, another cool thing is where there is life, there is fucking viruses. So, in the newly discovered Archaea, it was also discovered that they get infected by viruses, because why not? So there's these little cells that live in the most extreme environments, and within those cells, there's fucking viruses. And those viruses are even more ridiculously difficult to study, because viruses are hard to study, Archaea are hard to study, so archaeal viruses are like ridiculously hard to study, because we just can't do it very well yet. So, I don't know, I just think that's neat, and it's a very interesting, still developing area of study, so if you are a scientist and need an area of study to get into, it would probably be pretty easy to get into studying Archaea and archaeal viruses, just because there's so much shit to learn about them.